You are now listening to Broken Line Podcast, presented by Fish Addictions TV. Broken Line Podcast is sponsored by Ice Strong Titanium Spring Bobber, Eskimo Ice Fishing Gear, 13 Fishing, Striker Ice, Coles Resort of Bemidji, Minnesota, Aaron Eichhorst Photography.
Hi, buddy.
How's it going?
Pretty good.
So we are finally doing a podcast by ourselves. It's been a while. And here's the thing. We turned down a guest 2 days ago, and we turned down a guest today. Because we need to fit some of our own
we need
into these.
our time. We need some me time.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's just you need a break to when people first started there, or we first started, and since we're the only thing really doing this in studio guest things, people are questioning. They're like, "Are you guys going to be able to have a bunch of guests that are able to come into your studio all the time?" And I'm like, "I don't know. This is a brand new project."
Yeah.
And now, because we're the gateway up north, we're having a lot of people. We have 10 people on our list right now that are waiting.
As soon as this ice leaves, we'll be begging for people.
Yeah. We got Durham, Chip Lear, Anthony, Furch. I mean, there's 4 or 5 right there, and there's more that are like, yep, I want to get on. Hawthorne. You know, there's
Joel Nelson.
Yeah, there's kind of a list. And we just did 3 guests in a row, or 4, and it's just good to be able to say, hold the fun bus. We need to get in the studio ourselves, and we need to
get back to our roots, so to speak.
Absolutely. So we're back again for another podcast of just ourselves.
Yeah,
with the wall still here,
going old school.
So since we haven't really talked about our new studio, we can talk about it for a couple minutes. So we're 85% done. What we've done is we've now, and we got some video shots of us creating the table. So what we've done is Patrick designed a
really weird
looking
it's like
shape.
A diamond shape.
Yep. And it wasn't exactly how you pictured it in the end, but it works for the room that we have.
No, you went crazy and decided to go to the lumberyard and get these giant slabs of wood, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
Mine was just built out of like 2x4s and 1x6s.
Well, we went all out, and we've created this huge 4-person studio now. So now we can have up to 4 guests. Yeah. 2 guests and ourselves, so 4 people. Now we can look at our guests.
And we're not all sitting next to each other.
We're not sitting next to each other. So it's a cool new design for anyone who's listening that isn't watching. If you want to see what the studio looks like, or if you haven't watched us, jump on YouTube and you can watch this episode. We still need to hang the lights up. Mm-hmm. We need to take the wall that's behind us, the foam padding, and put it over the ceiling.
Yep.
And then one of these cameras slightly has a quick shot of this wall that we did in kind of like pallet wood type deal. So we need to do
so Pinterest
this whole side.
Love it.
And then our old table where all of our guests have signed, which we haven't really showed anyone signing.
I think it should go right up there.
All of our guests are signing the stuff. So we're going to cut the table down and then
put it on the
wall. The entranceway to the studio has a fan art sign that's hanging above it that says Broken Line when it was established. So that's cool. When the guests come in, they see that. A lot of this room was designed, I think, more for table-wise. Like, you can't see the cool front of our table, but that's more for guests to walk in and kind of be like, damn, this is cool. And just the walls in general. Like I said, we're going to start to put, we got to hang fish, mounts, whatever comes our way, photos.
Hey, and when we get it all done, how about we'll do a little video tour?
Yeah, we'll do a YouTube video tour for sure.
Yeah,
because we got to talk about, even though we talked about it in Craig's video, the painting that's already up.
Yeah,
there's different things that we'll hang up here as we go throughout the season too. We'll be putting more stuff on the wall, photos, maybe grip and grin photos, that kind of stuff on the.
My buddy went out and during that supermoon,
Oh yeah.
that's the best time to hunt jackalope, and he got me a little basket 8 jackalope. We're gonna get her stuffed. For
Hang her
real? I'm
Put it
just
right
kidding.
here. We could put like a standing grizzly bear right here. It'd be pretty awesome, right next to me.
Yeah, we know people. We know people.
Yeah, we know people.
You know
So-
what my ultimate goal is? I would love to have a walrus skull.
A walrus skull. So if anyone's
Have you ever
out there,
just Google image that, man? It is gnarly, dude. With the big, I mean, I can't ever have one, but
It would
I've
be
looked
cool.
up. I can get a replica for about $1,600,
Jeez.
but it's super
So
cool,
maybe
man. With the
maybe
big
one
old
day our
tusks.
guests will just or our fans will just send us mounts, and we've got fans actually that have gotten photos, fishing photos,
Yes.
that are framed, like old ones that they're going to be donating. So if any of the fans out there are pretty hardcore and they want to donate something that is of interest to us to put on the wall
Yeah,
somewhere, we'd love to take it and
even if it's
figure out
a old family portrait,
something weird. We'll hang it.
I'll hang it.
And we'll
That's cool.
It might not stay there the whole time, but we'll get them up in some podcasts.
We'll have to start rotating decor.
Yeah,
sure.
exactly. So 85% done. The lights have to be hung up, like I said, and the table might be we just might leave the table unfinished. I don't know.
I don't mind
We're
it
just
like this.
we're just rocking.
You know what? And if we are gonna like do that cool, Envirotech clear epoxy sealer
Yeah.
like you see in bars and stuff or restaurants, we probably can't do that till winter
Yeah, or through winter till summer.
or
Yeah.
till summer. I mean, yeah,
So that's kind of in a gist what we're we decided to take on the project as a winter project, and we just took it and crushed it at
Yeah.
the beginning of winter because we wanted to get
well,
the new studio rocking for the fans and for everyone to see.
our
and the
second
guests.
studio location, there was a monkey wrench thrown in there, right?
Yeah, monkey wrench thrown in the second studio. So instead of having that, we decided to just let's burn
Right,
a good one studio, and
right.
we got heat going in here, so it's like you're hot now, even in the cold weather.
Right.
It's good. It's good. It's a
I
good
mean,
little
and,
thing. We
who
can have 4
knows,
people in here now.
In 4 years, with right downtown Bemidji, we could have the Broken Line Tower.
Yeah,
You know,
overlook
just
the city.
third. Well, let's see. How tall is Tamarack? 14.
Tallest
stories?
building, I think, 14 to 16.
Well, so we go 17 plus an antenna
There you go.
because we're jerks like that.
Sit on the top. But yeah, so we a couple weeks ago was the St. Paul Ice Show, and
It
was
never ceases to amaze me. That place.
no,
that event.
absolutely not. It is crazy, and the overwhelming. This is our time to talk about
Yeah.
the St. Paul Ice Show feedback we got from the Broken Line. When we started the Broken Line, I was just thinking this is going to be just a fun podcast,
Like
and then
one time a week.
yeah. Well, then sponsors came in, and then our fans, hardcore fans, came in, and then all of a sudden more fans, and then guests, and then all of a sudden you get people that are coming up to us at the St. Paul Ice Show that I've never thought that they would ever have seen it, and they're like, absolutely love the podcast. There was no negative stuff said, and I want to hear some negative because I want to hear what we can build on because
Yeah,
this is a beginning stage. This is a brand new project.
No matter what you do in life, there's always room for improvement. Always.
Exactly. And the people we had every single day out of 3 days, we had people coming up and they were saying, I watched the podcast, love the podcast, love this, love that. And then we're getting more grip and grin sent to us. And we had people walking up to us saying, hey, I want to be on it. Like we had Target Walleye come up to us and say they love the show and they want to be on it. And if you've never seen Target Walleye, go check out their social attackness that they do, social media wise. I had guests coming up to us from all kinds, like clam people were coming up to us, Northland Tackle people, all kinds of people coming up to us, Frabo guys, Eskimo guys, and they're like, yeah, I want to be on it next time I come up. And so now we have this list of people, and it's like they keep coming, and it's awesome.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, we even did some group pictures.
Yeah, we had a couple hardcore fans that some of them stopped by 2 or 3 times in the weekend. Like they were there multiple days. They were in their own booth, whatever, and they'd come back and talk, or then they'd bring like their son, or their It was just awesome. And then of course we are giving away T-shirts and we're giving away bandanas. And we actually still have some T-shirts and bandanas left
I'm gonna
So,
unfold one of these bad boys.
We're gonna give a few bandanas away to a few multiple people. So if you want a bandana, I have maybe 6 or 7 left. So it's the first, a couple purples, sorry, a couple yellows, sorry, but there's some blue and red still in there too.
Yeah.
If you want a bandana, the first, how many is there?
Oh shoot! Let's see.
One.
That means I have to do like arithmetic.
No, one. I can already see there's like maybe 8 left. 8 or so.
about eight.
The first 7, 8 people that message us saying, "Hey, I want a bandana." The first 7 or 8 people, we're gonna send them out a bandana.
And message us on Facebook.
Message us on Facebook. Yep.
right.
And we're working on getting new stickers because our stickers are out. Too many people wanted stickers.
Oh, you know what else we did today?
Yeah, that was say that.
Are you going?
No, that's all you. We
met
That
up
was
at
next
a
thing.
local screen printer. I used to work for him. I worked for him for about 5 years, and we got this thick. That catalog has got to be
it's
what?
3 inches thick at least.
Yeah, of apparel.
Yep.
You know, t-shirts, hoodies,
T-shirts, hoodies, hats, all kinds of stuff. Sweatpants.
I was just
shorts,
thinking that. I was just gonna say that, man. I was
luxury
like,
sweatpants would be awesome. Broken line sweatpants,
heck yeah.
and we'd roll to the studio with them because it's all about luxury.
You know,
Being
and
comfy.
you know what? You wear sweats a lot,
I love sweats.
and I
Be comfy.
recently bought a pair, and I want to wear them every day. I want to be that guy.
That's the route I take. Just people like, you're going out in sweats to dinner. I'm like, absolutely. I want to be comfortable. Doesn't matter what I'm eating.
It's the Lebowski.
Absolutely.
You're the dude, man. You just
I'm
chill.
the guy. Yeah.
Like, hey, I can look classy, and if I need to get into some serious action movements, I've got it covered.
You can tighten it or whatever. Just don't get sweatpants that have rubber bands in the bottom. The
I
ones
don't even
that-
think they make those anymore.
those are gone.
Even the elastic there.
Yeah. Which is just a rubber band on the inside. Just run. But so message us
Fashion
top
tip on
7, 8 people that hit us up until we're out. We're gonna send some. Hopefully we get some new stickers soon, and we're gonna send some of those out with these if
Yeah.
we can get those done.
Is the Broken Line going to get a Snapchat?
We've talked about Snapchat for Broken Line. Then we could Snapchat while we're in here.
We also discussed, I don't have a strong Snapchat game. I'm awkward on it, I think. I just got to do it more, but I've dabbled in the idea of throwing my personal Snapchat out there.
Just to see. For sure.
Cuz here's my big thing. I have enough passwords
Oh yeah.
and usernames to like try to remember that I just assume not. That's why I'm like really heavily leaning towards throwing my personal Snapchat out there.
Well, maybe you should just throw it out there.
PKO74. It's my username.
BK074.
I'll send you the screenshot so you can put it up.
There you go. Fish Addictions has a Snapchat that we use all the time too. So if you want to get a hold of us, usually one of us are on there, staff wise. So Snapchat, we have a lot of followers on Snapchat for Fish Addictions. So we'll do that, and maybe one day we'll get a Fish Addictions one. Of course, we have the Instagram, the
You mean a
Facebook.
Broken Line one.
Yeah, Broken Line one.
Yeah.
Of course, we have our Broken Line Facebook page. You can get a hold of us, see new content. YouTube, same thing.
Yeah,
and the
Instagram.
YouTube, we're still gonna put out fun fishing videos and fun us making crockpot videos and food and us joking around and goofing around. We just have the room was the first project. Then the St. Paul show came. Now we're starting to film Fish Addiction stuff. So there's a plate and it's full, but we still want to top the plate like we're
And
hungry.
I'm not making excuses, but we are busy dudes.
Yeah, this is true.
I work 48 hours a week. Plus, we got Fish Addictions.
Fish
And then we
Addiction
try to get you
stuff.
guys content. So not
there's-
every day in my life is super fun and super funny.
No, it is. Trust me.
Yeah. Now that I think about it, it kind of is.
So we, the back to the apparel book. So we're going to be looking at trying to get a couple apparel things done for the fans to reach out and purchase to help fund
Yes.
studio time. Like I said, we just got new wires from NLFX in Bemidji. We had to go to the lumberyard and buy all this wood, redesigning the studio. So,
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell. So purchasing some of our gear that we'll eventually have out there, hopefully soon, will help just fund us to keep making more and more stuff. I hope everyone likes that all of our guests are, donating stuff. We're trying to donate stuff. I thought about donating one of my photos that I take.
Yeah.
So we're constantly giving away free stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, here's another episode, and here we are giving away more stuff. Last episode, there was Dakota lithium batteries. The one before that, 13 fishing apparel. The one before that, it's like more and more and more stuff that we just keep trying to give away.
I give out free hugs.
This is true. The Fish Addictions, someone won the Fish Addictions 50 gift card. Someone won the J. Siemens photograph. So
Which I
we're
never
pretty
did.
much caught up.
Did you get that shipped out?
No, I have to get a frame for it and then ship it out.
Okay.
By the time this airs, it will be shipped out though.
Right. Yeah, because I like what is the photo of?
The photo is an underwater photo of a northern, and it's about that.
Oh,
It's a little. It's not big. It's about the size of an average piece of paper for
Yeah,
a
but
photo.
it's
We're
a
gonna
J.
frame ours up, and he signed it, J17 or J17. So we're gonna throw that one on the wall, and we're giving the other one away, and the winner's already been.
That's awesome.
Already
Thanks,
been found
Jay.
for that one. So shout out to him. Shout out to all of our guests that have gave us stuff, and shout out to all the future guests coming in. Obviously, all of our fans love the guests. They love the Broken Line. From what we've heard from the show, it's overwhelming, and it's giving us more drive to keep delivering content.
Yeah, I'm still having a hard time processing it all because I go back to that when we were sitting at the other place.
When we were starting out,
and
we should do it.
I kept talking about it, and okay, and then I think 3 days after that, we're sitting up here with this stuff, and we're like, all right, let's try this, and sat down and we recorded 3.
Yep, and now it's like 52 a year, basically, and there's going to be more than 52 a year as of right now if we're on the route that we're going, because we want to do fun YouTube videos. We want to do fun social media videos on top of the Broken Line stuff. We also are now starting a new segment,
And we have
which will
plans.
come out very soon, close to this one, which is behind the scenes of the Fish Addictions.
fresh off the shoot.
Yeah, and that one's we're gonna try and do like before the shoot and after the shoot ones, and it starts out slow. Definitely it's a different kind of. It's called After the Bite right now, but it's before after. But that's the segment it's called, and we just bring in Fish Addictions guys and we talk about shoots. We're not gonna have one for probably every all 17 episodes.
No.
But we'll have them randomly scattered in throughout the season to kind of give you a behind the scenes of the shoots and the fun that we have, showing you different clips that go along with it with the YouTube series.
Yeah.
And it's definitely a slower, or at least what it's going to be to start is a slower podcast segment. It's going to be completely separate from the Broken Line normal ones, but it's still Broken Line, but it's going to be a separate series.
Yep.
And it is a little bit slower, definitely to start, and we're just going to see where it takes off from there and figure out how it is. So it's
Well, and that leads into, we had a gentleman message us about him wanting to start his own podcast.
Yep,
He wanted to, like, a crappie-based podcast. I wish I could remember his name. You know what I'm
Brandon.
talking about? And
well, the one
he
he
is in Louisiana.
yeah. So
And here's what I've learned so far is a couple things. One, just do it. Okay.
Brandon Jennings.
Brandon Jennings, that's the guy.
So he is from Louisiana. He's a Bass Pro Shops pro. I think he guides for crappies. If not, he lives for crappies. And he does a little bit of radio stuff. And because of our show, he loves our show. He reached out to us, and he is starting to plan a crappie-based podcast early 2018.
Yep.
And so anyone who wants to check out that for sure. Of course, some of our favorite podcasts. There's this one. I hope takes off.
Yeah,
and
I'm
goes
excited.
in a positive direction.
I'm sure we'll get the launch thing, but I just wanted to give them just from what I've learned so far, and neither one of us will admit that we're podcasting experts by
No.
any stretch of the means. It's just we just got to do it.
Yeah.
Thanks to you. You're just like, we're doing it.
Just jump
And
in
then
and do it.
I think the other thing is you can have plans, but don't
Yeah, it's
make
the same
them
with
concrete.
the fishing show. You know,
Yeah,
you want to have plans for the season, but
Go into it, do it. Okay, that felt good, or this part felt uncomfortable. We're going to ditch that. You know, don't try to
and we're
script it
and
out.
we're
Or,
not 100% in the path that we want to go. We're going to be all year long. We're going to be
Yeah.
changing, bringing new ideas in, changing, and that's how it's going to be.
this is it's like an infant. You got to nurture it and teach it things, and it'll grow.
And you know,
Yeah.
there's a lot of different podcasts out there, a lot of saltwater, a lot of fly fishing. But one of the biggest things we heard at the St. Paul Ice Show is that we're the only podcast in the ice fishing general area that's really doing what we're doing.
Right.
And that was positive news to keep going and
Right.
bringing new fresh ideas in and fun stuff because we're getting a lot of followers because we're the only ones doing this
Right.
style. I know there is a couple other ones out there. Shout out to Shack Talk. You know,
Shack Talk,
some
yep.
of our buddies over at Eskimo do that. They're doing about 10 episodes this year. If you have not listened to them, definitely jump over.
It's good quality, good information.
Yep, they're right off the radio star type deal. They talk to guests over the phone, and it's just another good show. I think they just put out their second or third episode. Jumping all the way over to the East Coast, we got Fish Nerds.
Fish
and
Nerds.
man, he loves us, and we love him.
He's got a really cool podcast.
Yep, he talks, Fish Nerds. He gets into news and all kinds of awesome stuff, and he's kind of in the same realm as us. And he and us will be doing
Yes.
a combined episode soon, sometime this winter, where we collaborate with them, and it's going to be
Yeah.
awesome. The Live Well is another podcast. Otherwise, there really just isn't any podcasts in this area. So for more people to kind of see the path that we're breaking and kind of doing it,
Yeah.
I love it. It's awesome.
Yeah. One more piece of advice for Mr. Jennings is listen to podcasts. Not fishing related ones, but just other podcasts. Like
Meat Eater, Joe
I will
Rogan.
admit, I just started listening to The Broken Line.
Not me.
I know this may sound weird. It's kind of like if I did a painting and I framed it, I probably wouldn't want to look at it again because it's done, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So I sat here, I recorded this podcast, and it's done. I was there. I knew
you
what was
witnessed
said.
it happen.
But
The good thing about re-listening to it is that
exactly,
instead of it being in the now, like what it is right now, you can go back and be like, "Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that." I totally forgot about
or I'm learning to critique myself a little bit.
how'd you talk? How's your vocals? That kind of
Exactly.
stuff. Yeah.
And now I shouldn't say I haven't listened. I just started listening to them fully and completely. I listened for about 10 minutes. I'd be like,
Mm-hmm.
all right, I remember that. Go on. But I listen to a ton of other podcasts, stuff that's not even related to fishing or hunting.
My two favorite right now, Meat Eaters,
Meat Eater is good.
Joe
Steve.
Rogan,
Yep.
and even though it doesn't count, what's the one that they do the video show?
Good Mythical
Good
Morning.
Mythical Morning. Even though it's not technically a podcast, but they have a podcast. I
Ear
like
Biscuits,
the good
yeah.
Ear Biscuits. Yeah, I like listening to the video Good Mythical Morning because visual. I'm a visual guy, and I
it's a
see
cool
two
show,
guys.
man. It's like 12 minutes long.
It's great.
Um,
I see two guys just doing stupid, fun stuff every single day.
and
it's-
you know what? I'm gonna get their book.
yeah, I saw that they were making a book.
Yep, and these two guys, they're best friends. They've been best friends since they were like 4, which is I didn't know. But another good podcast that I think you'd really enjoy is The Morning Stream.
Yep, that one. And what's the other video one where he does tech stuff? He gets all the product in.
Oh, Unbox Therapy.
Unbox Therapy is that another visual,
Yeah, that's a YouTube one.
but it could be a podcast if you just
I don't
took
know
the
if
visuals
I don't
away.
know if Lou has a podcast or not. I know it's just straight YouTube.
To me, it's
But that-
like the video we're doing now, and I
Unbox
enjoy
Therapy
that.
is
Yep.
filthy, man. It is. You get to see some crazy expensive tech or really cool, super cheap stuff.
Yep. So those are a few things that we
So
like.
it's-
And to the shout out to the couple people. And to be honest, I have seen since in the last 2 weeks, there's a couple other random podcasts starting up. And I had one person tell me, they're like, dude, you're like the first fishing show ever in the industry. And now people are starting to follow suit and trying to do it as well, which is awesome because not only we and other people, we get to bring more content to the people out there that want to listen or visually see fishing, hunting, the outdoors.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. But we social media wise, we wanted to chat about social media because I think one of the biggest things we've got since the St. Paul Ice Show and slightly before that, after our resume episode 17, people have been, we're going to do a resume episode.
Yeah, it'll be a whole episode
nother
totally devoted to that.
And it's going to also break off from the resume and just do other things. But I wanted to talk about social media because social media is a huge thing. And I just want to read what a fan sent to me the other day. He said, "Hey, Aaron, got a chance to talk to you this weekend at the St. Paul Ice Show. I really enjoyed it. I know we talked about how to get started in the fishing industry, and I just have a few questions for you. First, I'd like to know, what do you think would be the best way to get my foot in the door? I'm 20 years old and still in college. I have a lot of time on my hands and spend most days in the winter fishing, and I'd like to start a fishing report of my own, but not really sure." Because I talked to him about fishing reports and all kinds. I talked to him a lot at the St. Paul Ice Show about different things. Plus, he's watched our stuff. But what college kid doesn't have time to go fish?
Right. I miss
what
those days.
I said, I'd almost want to do a full podcast on this, but we're just going to do a segment on it. I said, I want to know a few things. You interested in video, photos, pro staff, writing? Give me something on this. He says, first off, I love the podcast. I've been watching it nonstop. Yes, I am interested in video. I don't have a lot of experience, but I watch lots of ice shows, and that's something I'm interested in. I'm also interested in pro staff. I currently help run an ice fishing tournament for a nonprofit organization, and we have approximately 900 people who attend, and that so far is my only association with the industry. I'm very interested in becoming more a part of the industry, and I'm guessing I'm just looking for some advice. First of all, 900 people in a nonprofit organization, congrats. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's huge.
But that right there is a huge stepping stone.
That's your key to get in the door.
The door's open right there. I mean,
boom.
When you have something like that, we've done kid episodes for Fish Addictions where 250 kids, big tent, ice fishing, donation from prizes from sponsors, that kind of stuff. That's huge. You know, we also got Scotty.
And if he's heading this up.
Is
he heading it up or just helping?
He currently helps run. So I don't think he runs it, but he is a person that is part of the staff that goes into putting it together.
Then take charge.
Absolutely.
Start knocking on companies' doors and say, "Hey, I'm so-and-so, and I help organize and operate this nonprofit fishing tournament."
Every year when that tournament, well, actually a year in advance, you got to start in my mind, but you need to reach out to local companies, local bait shops, local resorts, or jump in 13 Fishing, so businesses that are associated in this that you can show this association off to and this tournament off to and hope that they donate stuff for the kids or for prize packages.
Right.
I'm guessing that there's got to be some sort of prize packages involved for a 900-person tournament, I would think. And where do you get those prizes from? Do you get them from local companies, organizations? There's got to be something.
And I would start local first.
Definitely. I would start local, and I would look and research and figure out, well, what companies want to make a flyer, make a poster, go door to door, knocking, spending time at this place. Oh, this is a CarQuest. You know, they do tires, oil change. They sell. Here you go. Here's my banner, 900 Fishing Tournament. If you want to be a sponsor of this show, please look us up. Please let me know. But at the same time, this organization, this fishing tournament should have some sort of coverage. What's the coverage? Video-wise, photo-wise? He should be the one taking control of social media for that event, and he should go out there and say, whoever's running it, 100%, the head guy, whatever, he should go out to them and say, hey, because he does say he has, and I'll get to it in a second, he does have 2 GoPros, and he does have a good camera. Take control of the social media for that event.
Yeah.
Say, hey, I want to start an Instagram for it. Do we have a Facebook page for this event? Can I do photos for this event? Can I do video for this event? Whatever. You know, take control of that, because eventually the following year you have physical content that you can show to sponsors, etc. And boom, episode 17 fishing resume. You can put this event on your resume as a start, and then work your way from there.
Yeah, that he pretty much answered his own question almost.
In a
he
sense.
just didn't see it in there.
Yeah, when you
You
put
know,
that,
and the other thing I wanted to say in there, he said, I don't have much experience. Well, the only way to get experience
is to jump in and
is to
do it.
experience something. That
I
may sound
think
kind
the-
of weird, but that's true.
The biggest thing for me would be
Just go.
go for it. Reach out to try to get sponsors, donations, whatever, and then content. Be a content creator. And if you watch Sam Moore's episode, you know a lot about content creators, and we can talk more about content creators as we go. But cell phone, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook. Do they have a Facebook page? Do they have a Snapchat? Do they have an Instagram? If not, make one for them. Do it. Take control and cover the whole event. And
Yep.
ask people, hey.
Cover the whole event. Cover, do your promotions on that Facebook page leading up to the event,
Absolutely.
during the event,
Months
try
before.
to go live,
Posters,
all that stuff.
posters and flyers to give away to businesses. When people sign up for this event, maybe they get an email blast to their email saying, "Hey, we're going to be doing photos and videos for this event. Please do hashtag this event name for Instagram. Any photos you take." Now all of a sudden, all the people that are fishing are providing content to you.
I wonder if this
Post it on our Facebook page.
with
Post it on our
900
Instagram.
people. I wonder if there's a local newspaper, radio, maybe even like we have. Was it Lakeland TV?
Yeah.
If you have like a public access in that community, reach out to them too. Say,
Absolutely.
hey, come down here and cover this.
The skies are kind of the limit for you to already say that you do something like this for this event, or at least help it. Even if you're just the dude that gets coffee for this event, you're somewhat in. Take control and do something bigger for it. And maybe he'll respond with something that says different. So I'll continue here. He says, I think the big thing for me is that a lot of my friends do not fish, and I want to be part of a group of people who share the same passion. I think the pro staff side of the industry would do that for me. So we've talked about pro staff stuff. Really, a lot of pro staffs don't look at you unless you have some sort of resume or you're already doing something. Well, how do you do something?
First, let's define, because this is an ongoing battle. Pro staff.
Yep. I
It
talked
is
about it a
short
lot
for
at the
promotional staff.
at the sports show.
You are a salesman
You are promoting a product that you believe in and you
to generate
love.
sales.
Yep, to generate sales for that company.
It's not
That means
professional
you're a worker.
fisherman.
Yep. So
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, like he said, promotional staff, meaning you're promoting. So what's the first thing you should do is you need to, it all comes down to content, and it all comes down to
Right.
social media
That
content.
very first that thing we just talked about.
Yeah, if you want to become a pro staff, resume, which we're going to get on in another episode more in detail about, need to make a resume, and because companies are just like, well, who are you? You want to be, they all have applications to fill out, but you need to get your foot in the door first. In order to get your foot in the door first, you need to be a content creator.
Or
and
have
do
that content right there, and just hit that link, and you will see who I am.
And to add to that, he adds, which this will go back to that. I said, if you're interested in videos and photos, I would recommend starting down that path. Upping your social media game like you're a part of no one, meaning you are doing this solely on your own. Forget companies and pro staff, all this stuff. First, build your name. Be you and make a name for yourself somehow. I said, let's see. If you can start to crush your social media game, then work from there. Get a GoPro, start filming your adventures, your fish catches, your fish holds, snap photos of yourself, be creative and weird. Do fishing reports for your area. Take control of your area. Those are all about the content and info, not much about the quality. So meaning you don't have to be great at video or great at editing, but you can still get info out there to the people in your area that want to know about fishing reports. There's a new app that's been popping up called like fishing or ice something. It's where it's a map and you can click how thick the ice is in your area.
Really?
Ice, yeah.
This is new to me.
So I can't think of it off the top of my head, and I apologize to the people listening. But if you go into it, it's like ice. What is it? It's whatever the name is for ice. You know what I'm saying? Like ice
Thickness.
thick. Yeah, I don't know. He'll try and maybe look
Ice
it up.
conditions.
Ice conditions or something like that.
All
Exactly.
right. I'm just going to
And-
search it right here in the
And that app allows you to see where safe ice is
ice check.
in the public. No, not ice check.
Oh, there's an ice cream cone.
So if you're doing fishing reports in your area, take control of those. Okay, here I lost myself. Okay, those all about content and info, not about quality. So it doesn't really matter. People just want information. They want to know if the ice is good and safe. So it doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to be a good video, good editor. You don't need to invest a lot to be a content creator to start.
First swing.
First swing ice conditions. No, it was on ice fishing Minnesota a couple days ago. I saw it. But there are a lot of people out there in your shoes. I told them, so you got to do more. Be more creative. The St. Paul Ice Show has lots of opportunities for people to volunteer. There's a lot of companies out there that are looking for people to help pass out business cards or help talk product, etc. So reaching out to a lot of those companies at the ice show will definitely benefit yourself to become more of one, getting your foot in the door, but also two, being a volunteer in the industry that you want to be. And that's something you can also add to your resume as well. And then he said, perfect. So I was wanting to do fishing reports. Where would you recommend I start? I live in the cities, so where would you recommend I post these fishing reports? Also, I do have 2 GoPros and a nice camera. I plan on starting my own YouTube channel with all my fishing adventures. Would you recommend me making an Instagram and Facebook account for the channel as well? Then I could post everything on there, ? I said, depending on the route you take, do the YouTube and kill it.
Yep.
That's what I told him. YouTube, kill it until you develop a brand. Once you develop a brand, then maybe go out and do a Facebook or an Instagram. I think Facebook would be the next step over the Instagram, just to start. I told him fishing reports, I would post on your personal Facebook page, Ice Fishing Minnesota, Ice Junkies, Ice Fishing Connection, etc. Offer a connection with some of the resorts in your area or other fishing companies to branch off their page, like bait shops.
Yeah, I was just going to say bait shops. A lot of bait shops now have Facebook pages.
Yep. And
you
he said,
can message them and say, hey, I have a fishing report if you guys want to post it.
Yep, exactly. And he said, well, I live in the cities, so what should I cover? Because obviously the cities is huge. Bemidji would cover Bemidji, right? That's
Right.
not a problem. I said cover a county, a specific chain of lakes, or a single lake, etc. Don't try to take on Minneapolis or St. Paul or St. Cloud all by yourself. But fishing reports is a good way for him to make a name for himself and to make a brand and put out content. Besides that, going back to him, the whole 900 people, he says he has cameras. I say go content create, go make content. And so that was just a story by one of our fans that was a little bit interested in trying to change the social media game into something. And I slightly answered some of the stuff with what I responded to him. And we slightly responded with a few things,
Right.
how we just said here. So if you're someone out there that wants to start and dabble in the fishing industry, social media-wise, social media is everything. Like Sam Moore said, he is now a content creator for 13 because
Right.
he went out there and he started making content on his own YouTube channel, on his own Facebook page, etc. Now look at the job that he's in.
Right.
So if you want to get into the industry, you need to have something. And I say take control of your physical current social media on your own profile page and then start to dabble with volunteering. Reach out to that bait shop. Hey, bait shop, do you want fishing reports to post on your Facebook page? Oh, you would for this area? Perfect. I'll make one weekly for you. And I'll send it to you, or I'll share it on mine, and then you can share it vice versa or however you want. And then you'll start to get a name out there for the fishing reports. Right. YouTube, Instagram, that kind of stuff. Go out there and film your crazy stuff and what you do and make content for everything.
Right. Basically, people used to go to school for this. It's called marketing.
Yeah.
And now with social media, you can
Makes
do it
harder
yourself.
for the people who actually have marketing degrees. Because,
Well, actually, those people that have marketing degrees now basically have degrees in social media.
Yep.
Like some of these ultra huge companies like Ford, Chevy, Dodge, Chrysler, all those, they have people that literally that's what they do for 8 hours a day. Mm-hmm. Is create content for their social media.
Yep. And I love Sam Moore's definition of, I love his wording, content creator. I think that's great. You're a content creator. The way the world of the industry works now, visuals sell product. So that means photos, videos, and information.
What is something that you always tell us Fish Addictions guys? You never have enough what?
Never have enough content.
Ever.
You can never. You go out and film a fishing show. If you're out there for a day, if you're out there for 2 days, 3 days, a week, and you're sitting there like, oh, we got enough content. Nope, we never have enough content.
It's always 3 more fish.
Yeah. Because
it's
who knows?
Photos.
Next thing you know, 13 fishing contacts and says, hey, we need a commercial. It's like, oh, good thing I got extra footage that can be used, or vice versa.
Yeah.
You can never have too much content. But be very clear on social media. Don't be that guy on Facebook that overloads the community with content in a sense. That's a super fine line when I say, oh, go out there and make content. Be a content creator. You can never have too much content. But from your social media aspect, I don't want to click on your Facebook page and you overload my news feed with this fishing.
First thing I'm going to do is unfollow.
You want to choose your targets wisely on social media. You want to choose your posts wisely when you're posting on, Ice Fishing Connections or Ice Junkies or any of those pages. You just want to kind of take it easy and relax, and work your way.
You don't want to be overbearing.
You don't want to be the guy everyone hates because you post too much stuff on the same thing.
Right.
And that's
mix it up a little bit and go easy, but not too easy. It's tough to.
It's tough for me to explain exactly how to.
It's almost like a feel thing. Like, I think I did enough yesterday. Maybe I'll chill out for. I don't know. It's weird. It's
also when it comes down to sharing. Let's just say for Fish Addictions, right? Fish Addictions puts out a post. It's a meme. It's funny. It's awesome. The Yoda one, let's say, where we did, not enough fishing or whatever,
Right.
Like we've had a couple great memes that have went viral in the fishing industry. And actually it's funny because I'll all of a sudden look through and I'll see another company post our meme, but they save the photo and then repost it like it's theirs.
Right.
Which only kind of twerks me off just a little bit instead of sharing it from the respectable place that you saw it from, which there's a few companies and personal people that have done it before.
Got him.
Oh, God. Only the people watching will get that. Oh, man. I just saw it out of the corner of my eye. Oh, jeez Louise.
It's back, the circle.
Yeah, it went away for a long time,
right?
But now it's back.
It's back with
years. It went away.
I had to do it, man.
God.
Since you were talking about memes, it's just been...
Oh, okay.
That's why it came out.
Okay, so back to the memes after that. You share a post, and then now let's just say you're a part of Fish Addictions, right?
Right.
And this guy who said he wants to become a part of a group type of thing, make sure you choose your shares wisely. Like, don't if you're a part of Fish Addiction staff or not part of the Fish Addiction staff, or you're part of a different staff and they keep posting stuff and you're a pro staffer or whatever, don't overwhelm the Facebook people on your page by sharing every single thing that this page posts. Right. Every single thing.
It's tempting to be that guy that's like, I do everything.
Yeah. Choose your shares wisely. And then secondly, I don't do this a lot.
Going along with that, because, if you're, you look at your friends list and you're like, okay, I have just under 1,400 friends. I have 500 or 600 that are all mutual friends. Okay. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like the Kevin Bacon thing. If I share this, I already know that of those 500 or 600 mutual friends, 350 of those guys have already shared it too. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's
you have to choose your shares very wisely.
Yeah.
And the other thing that I don't do, just because of being one of the head people in Fish Addictions, I don't always share everything because I know my staff is going to share them.
Mm-hmm.
Is that when you share stuff, just make sure that you don't just click the share button.
Right.
Write some content in there. Make it useful. If you're going to share a meme, make something useful in your post. Don't just click the share button and walk away. And I do that sometimes, but
I do that too. If I'm on the go and I'm like, oh, this is good, I need to share this. I'm at work. Nobody's watching. Boom, nailed.
Make the post more respectful and entertaining with some sort of content written in there.
Yeah.
More of the people who watch or see that post will think more of it than just having it just be a complete share like it's nothing.
Yeah. Anybody can hit that button.
And we're rolling into filming yourself during ice fishing. We've had a few people asking us, and we're going to do a video podcast on just video tech, video editing, all that kind of stuff, cameras, that kind of stuff. We're also going to do one on photography again because so many people have asked us about the photography route.
And that's all you do.
I'm more than happy to jam about that. But
I'll sit back and take notes.
I'll take notes. So filming yourself during ice fishing. This is going to be a short little deal. A lot of people ask us what you guys do for filming. And besides the one I just said we're going to talk about, I'm just going to talk a little bit about content for average fishermen that want to up their social media game because we're talking about social media. So let's just say you were going to go out fishing and you wanted to up your Instagram content, your Snapchat content, your Facebook content with some small little fun stuff. So we use a lot of the GoPros.
Yep.
So you would drop down your Markham, and the thing we just started using this year is they have the shuttle pack.
Yeah, the new lithium shuttle.
Lithium shuttle
oh,
pack.
Man,
yep.
is that thing marvelous.
Awesome. Yeah, unspeakable words. There's 2 USB ports on there, one for your phone if you want. Mm-hmm. The other one, or whatever you want to plug into it. The other one is perfect for the USB cable that comes with, let's just say, because some of our staff have them now, the GoPro Session 5.
Yeah, that's the little cube
The
guy.
little cube one, yep.
Yep.
So there is a handlebar mount, swivel mount that you can get separate that can attach to your handle. And then up above that, you put the Session, and then you plug it in, and then you drop it down, and you plug it into your shuttle on the Markham.
Will run all day.
Unlimited battery, in a sense, all day long. Cold weather, still's got battery. The only thing now you're dealing with is memory.
Memory card.
You put a 64 gig card in there, you should have about 2.5 hours of footage, depending.
If you're shooting
If
4K.
you're shooting 1080.
1080?
Yeah, because that's what we shoot in here.
I don't think that little Session 5 shoots 4K, does it?
I don't know.
The other cool... you have to be clear on this. There are 2 GoPro Sessions.
Yes.
There's one that's $150, and then
price wise, depending on where you buy it,
there's another one that's around $300 or $400,
three something. And during Black Friday, some of our staff were buying them at like $250, I think,
right,
somewhere in there.
The more expensive one has the
Wi-Fi.
Bluetooth or Wi-Fi.
And I recommend that for reasons I'll say in a second.
Go ahead. I was going to get into it.
Yeah, you can get into it. I just wanted to touch on it. So from a standpoint of yours, explain.
Yeah, the more expensive one has the Wi-Fi or the Bluetooth signal that you have to download the app on your phone. It's for both
free app.
Yeah, it's a free app for both iOS and
Google
Android. And what it does is turns your phone into a viewfinder.
Yep. So, and because the Session doesn't have a screen on the back,
it does not have a screen on the back, so you'll be able to adjust and set up your shot while looking at your phone screen. And I believe you can hit record from your phone.
Yep. And you can change all the settings on your phone, and it will automatically change it in camera. As well.
Basically, yeah. So your phone turns into the back of your camera.
Yep.
And I believe at the same time it also records right to your phone.
It does. No, that's a touchy subject. You can view. So let's say you're sitting there jigging, right? You're sitting there jigging. You're like, oh, I got a mark. You click the record button on the Session. It goes beep beep beep, and it starts recording instantly based on all the settings you've marked on your phone, and everything. Catch the fish. You show it off. You dance around. You
do your thing.
Do your thing. Hold it up for a photo, whatever. Send it back down the hole or keep it. Then you click the button and again, it goes beep, 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 and it turns off. That way now you're saving, if you're not going to run it for 20 minutes at a time, you can get a lot of clips in there. Now you jump to your phone and you can now rewatch the footage on your phone.
Okay.
And you can edit the clips off your phone. So in a sense, yes, it's on your phone.
Does it record to the camera roll, do you know?
I don't. That's something, since I don't have one.
I don't have one either yet.
So
it's in my cart in Amazon, though.
There you go.
It's going to go down.
I from what I've seen from our staff is that I can jump on my phone, I can review the footage, scrub through it, click on what I want, and I can then take that and I can bring it into one of the editing softwares that will, if we haven't talked about during the photography one, we'll talk about in another episode. And then you can edit the footage right there. and then you could throw it right onto Instagram while you're on the ice.
Right.
So being able to up your social media game from the ice, doing little Instagram videos or little social media videos right from your phone, right from your GoPro without even taking the card out of the GoPro.
Yeah, and getting good at that is going to really show potential companies that you want to work for.
'Cause you're
like,
upping
wow,
your
this
social
guy
media
knows his stuff. He knows his tech.
And it helps out for fishing reports.
Absolutely.
So now you set that baby up, depending on wind and stuff. Now you can do that. You can get microphones for the GoPros. I've also told people that if you get the microphones for your phone, the one that clips in, you can use this as another camera, your phone.
Yep.
And then you can attach your audio right to it. So you can record your audio right to your phone. Then you can go right in your phone and grab that video footage that you just filmed your fishing report off of, bring it into the application, merge them together, and post it right there while you're still fishing. And now you just put out a video report. So for that guy that was looking at video reports,
absolutely,
how freaking cool is that?
Yeah, if you go to Amazon, which I highly recommend, like I did for my cell phone, I have a 6S Plus, and I just typed in iPhone 6S Plus for GoPro holder. Mm-hmm. Boom. For days, I can scroll
Tons
through
of mounts.
anything from $100 to $7. So, for getting mounts and whatnot for your phone, just go to Amazon, type in the type of phone you have, and put the word mount after it, or holder, or whatever, and the choices are astronomical. Yeah. It's even more so with GoPro.
GoPro mounts. GoPro
mics
and stuff like that there's so many different options out there.
It's almost
unreal.
overwhelming, and we should try to pick out, from your experience, especially microphones, some of your best picks, because
I think
you can go, well, this thing's only $10. Well,
I think
it may be great, it may not be.
NLFX sells microphones for your phone.
Oh, do they?
Yep, I found that out when I was there, and they sell Lightning Bolt one for about $69, but they said it's like the top of the line.
Yeah, but
top of the line for $60.
I mean, if you're
gonna use it a lot, think of it as $3
really
every time
do
you use
some
it,
top notch good stuff. You're gonna have to maybe invest a little bit of money.
Yep. Instead of getting the $10 one, which some of the people that I've talked to have got the $10 one, and it does work pretty decent. Mm-hmm. But I think if you're gonna do it, audio and video quality come down to very important to me. Don't cheap out on it for GoPros.
Right.
I would go with GoPros. We've said multiple times because GoPro, tons of mounts, Walmart, whatever, batteries.
And then computer compatibility.
Great. Yep.
I made the mistake of buying one of these off-brand GoPros, shot 4K, totally waterproof, wireless, all this and that. It had a screen in the back, the whole 9 yards. It was under $80.
Ooh.
It was under $70. I bought it. Great. I get it. I'm just sitting in my apartment and I hit record. Okay, it's recording. I formatted the card and everything. I just have an iPad at home. So I popped the card out and I looked, and people were like, "Oh yeah, it works great on my iPad. It works just fine." I put it in and I never saw video ever. I started looking at downloading apps and trying to convert, and I ended up selling it to a buddy that has a Windows. He said it works great, perfect, fine.
Oh,
that's another reason why I just fork out the extra bucks for the GoPro. You'll be happy. It's compatible with Apple and Windows and everything. And
yeah,
the world
works
is
all
good
for everything. So if you're going to try to up your social media game, GoPros work great. If you are just going to do it off your phone, get a decently expensive mic that can plug into it. That's going to work.
A good stand, a good case.
Good
one of those
stand.
Mophie packs.
Yeah, a battery pack would be great. And then, like I said, hooking it up to the Markham shuttle pack, that's awesome for endless things. And that's one way that some of our staff up our social media game is having that GoPro plugged in, charged, right there, ready to go. You can edit it on your phone. You can color correct it on your phone. You can put it right on Instagram from your phone.
And it gives you all that much more content.
Yep. Up your content game. That's all. And
it makes our life on the ice much easier because we don't hear as much. All right, guys, 2 more fish. You said that 8 fish ago, dude.
Yep.
We're trying. It's cold. I'm hungry. I'm tired. I want to go home.
So most of this podcast has been about social media content, and we could talk more on it, and we probably will on another one. But in a small sense, we took a person that needed a little bit of help. We gave them your story, or I read them your story. We came back with a few things, which I think were positive
Do you want to name
things.
drop that guy?
Well, on his Instagram, it's like monk_555, but he did send me a Facebook message, so I could try to find it.
We should.
There.
And then we can give them a heads up. Hey, we kind of sort of answered you.
And, man, we get so many Facebook messages now.
I know.
Unreal. I don't remember where it was. It was the guys like, send me a message. Send me a message. Well,
just throw you the Instagram handle out there for now. And
yeah, we'll send that out there. But so most of this was about social media content, and delivering just something from a personal fan that's out there trying to help out, as well as giving a little bit tips on how to up your social media content for different companies and just for yourself. I mean, like we said, attack your Facebook, but like we said, don't over attack it.
Right.
Do up your social media, but don't overdo it. So hopefully some of the people listening got something out of all that. But we have a little bit longer, so let's do the tech talk for this episode. I picked the dipstick.
Yeah.
So
we need to get one.
we do need to get one just to try it. So the dipstick is an ice fishing beverage cooler. You drill your hole and you stick it in there to keep your beers
Or pop.
or energy drinks cold. How freaking cool is that? So I saw a lot of these going out the door at the St. Paul Ice Show. You just drill an extra hole right next to you, stick it down there into the hole, holds up to 12 cans.
I've seen the video where they have the the permanent sleeper houses, and they just dedicate a hole to a beverage cooler, air quotes. And so tell us about it. Describe it.
6-inch, 10-inch holes, fits in both. I'm guessing that it fits in the 6-inch can-wise, obviously, because it's short, and then they have the rim expands so it can fit into the 10-inch. 12 beverage cans, whatever you want, and they kind of, I believe, spring load up. So you take one out, and the next one pops up.
Well, it's not spring loaded.
Yeah,
There's holes in there. It's the
I wouldn't
water,
say spring load.
So it's the weight of the can above that's holding everything
down. So when
down.
you take one up, the next one pops up, though.
Yep, it just floats up.
Let's see here. It green. It only colors green. They got like a weird fish on the cover. I don't remember what it looks like, but I just remember like them going out the door at the St. Paul Ice Show. But it's awesome. I mean, you just put it in the water to the point so then they don't freeze either. I mean, because they're staying that water temperature in a sense, which is still cold, but they don't freeze. Which
right.
is
You want to what I think is the biggest benefit? There's no cooler to dance around.
absolutely.
You just freeze up that much more space.
Absolutely. So you just have your case of soda or case of whatever your beverage is sitting there. You put 10 to 12 of them babies down into the hole.
Yeah.
Let it freeze up or let it cool up, and then you just pop them out as they go. And as they come out, you just replace them.
Yeah.
It's light and compact, and it's awesome. So that's my
How many of
tech
them do you
tip.
got on order?
I got none.
How much are they?
I don't know. I didn't look up. But let's look it up real quick. That would be something that would be fun to bring out on a Fish Addictions shoot.
Heck yeah, it would.
You know, that that would just be awesome to have it out there and be able to be like, oh, Aaron, go grab us a drink, and it just whoop, pops right up like it's nothing. So let's see, the dipstick.
Here we go.
$50, $59.95,
Hey, that is.
and it's worth it to the people who want it to be
heck
worth
yeah.
it. It's perfectly worth it. So
I'd rather have that than a $400 cooler that I'm stepping over all the time.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it just makes sense. So that is, and that can be used in a house. That can be used out on the ice, whatever you please. All you have
In
to do
your
is
portable.
drill in your portable. Just drill a second hole, pop the cans in, you're good to go. So for our for tech tip for this episode, I would go with the the dip stick, and if you've never heard about it before or seen it, look it up online. Again, no one told us, hey, you have to say this. We just think that's a cool tech tip episode. And like I said, tech tip, we talk about GoPros, we talk about different tech tips that we've seen and cool tech stuff because we're tech guys.
Absolutely. I don't have nothing.
No, well, we only do one an episode
Yeah,
anyways.
yeah. Okay.
So we'll do yours next.
You
I
had
got a
that
list
look
of a
on your
couple.
face like, dude.
No,
I'm like,
I got a list of other ones
got
to
a
do
sweet
too.
new Star Wars toothbrush.
So sometimes I see them pop up in my Facebook feed.
Yeah.
And then, of course, being at the show, you see cool things.
You
at
know
the
which
show.
ones that really catch my eye are these like homemade ice traveling machines. Like I've seen the one where the guy's got like the chainsaw with the gear and the inner tube and like part of a bicycle and some skis. I'm like, damn, dude, I could make that on a weekend.
I just saw one yesterday of a dude. I think he was on ice skates. And he took a chainsaw and he put it down on the ground and he leaned over it. Like if he fell, it's gonna cut into him.
Yeah.
And he just and there he goes. He's gone. But I like the one where it's got like a saw blade on it. It's like the snowmobile looking thing.
No, it's a John boat.
Yep, it's on a boat.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's been out for a while, but
Yeah.
that's a cool one.
That's
So
some
Grip
sweet
and Grin this episode, I'm gonna say that name wrong, but he came to the show. Ryan Thunstrom? We're just gonna go with that.
Thunstrom.
He's a pretty Thunstrom. He's a pretty big fan of ours. He also came to the show, and he's a good guy. So I'll show you the photo because everyone else.
I think I've seen it, but refresh my memory, sir.
So it is a picture of him with his kid.
With his son
with
holding
a bass.
big old swamp donkey.
And let's just point out the Crocs, everyone. Just first off, way to go. Crocs.
Aaron's a huge Croc wearer.
I'm a Croc wearer. I'm just inspecting the photo here just to make sure it's up. We got a little bit of weeds. Yep. Great little photo. So,
Awesome.
do you want to read this one or should I?
Oh, go ahead, dude.
So here's his story, Grip and Grin. Again, Grip and Grin's a little segment where we bring in fans, and here's his story here. I took my wife and kids out fishing for an evening bite north of Mora for some relaxing bobber fishing. We had caught plenty of bluegills on a jig and leech that evening. My son also managed to catch a few small bass, somewhere around 6 inches for the most of the part. It was starting to get about that time for us to head back, and my son told me that he had a fish pulling his bobber down. He waited until he couldn't see it anymore and started reeling as hard as a 5-year-old can. That's kind of funny.
That's awesome.
I could see the bobber about halfway between us and where it went down, and my son told me that it was getting harder to reel more and more. So I'm thinking, big fish.
Yeah. It is a nice fish.
I figured it was just because he's younger and sometimes tires out easily, which is typical with kids, and we've talked about with kids, you know.
I got that video of Ellen catching a fairly decent bluegill, and it looked like she was reeling in a flounder.
A huge thing.
Or a halibut.
The thing we've talked about with fish addictions and the kids shoots is like, do only what they can handle. That's a big thing with kids, to keep the kids happy and safe. Sometimes you bring a kid out ice fishing, they fall in the hole within 5 minutes, you know?
My kid.
Yep, that was Ellen last year. Patrick's kid fell in 5 minutes in. But luckily, she was not upset. She wasn't pissed off, and she got some iPad time. But she was still there with us, so that was good. You guys didn't leave.
Oh, yeah.
So back to the story here. When I started helping him reel it in, I noticed that there was some weight behind whatever was on the other end of the line. It was about this time that I realized that my net was sitting up on the dock a mile back down the lake. Ooh. Has anyone ever happened to anyone?
Dude,
Absolutely.
that is fishing 100%.
That is.
If it's not the net, it's my food.
Oh, and I'm a big thing with the food. So, he said, luckily I was able to land the fish with without any extra excitement, meaning he didn't lose the fish. When we got the bass into the boat, my son exclaimed that it was the biggest fish he's ever caught. The look on my son's face explains it all, and I couldn't have been more happier seeing and helping him land his largest bass to date, all 16 inches of it. On a kid's Shakespeare rod with 4-pound mono line and a simple pink jig and leech.
Perfect.
Awesome story. That's what I love about Grip and Grins. So photos up for the people on video. We'll also post this on our social media in the next a week or so as we go.
Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you,
That's
Ryan.
awesome.
That was awesome. Also, thank you, Ryan, for visiting us at the St. Paul.
I must have been down at Reed's selling augers. I didn't get to meet him.
Yeah, they had a booth up.
What booth was he in?
It was because I think he was one of the ones. They run like kind of like a Hunters Helping Heroes type program, a vet program.
With Tony?
Yep. I think there were
Tony Thiesing?
3 of them. 2 or 3 of them.
Oh, man. Okay.
But yeah, awesome. Awesome to be able to have you stop by, say hi. Actually, stop by a couple times and he dropped off some koozies for us. They're somewhere. And just being able to share this grip and grin with us. Awesome that your kid's happy and excited, and the photo says it all. I mean, love the story, and keep the grip and grins coming. So that was Ryan's story. I do have on here. What do people watch for? I know Anthony, which was one of the people we turned down for tonight. He wanted to ask, what do people watch for fishing shows, and what do people listen to for audio? And that's really hard to visually ask because there's no one here. But
you could ask me.
For you, I mean, is there any shows specifically? Because I'm a hardcore YouTube person. I like watching shows. I almost rarely turn on like Fox Sports North, Fox Sports Wisconsin. Coincidence, right? I know. But it's more of a YouTube thing for me when I'm sitting on my computer, Oliver's asleep, and I can just pop one up and watch, or at least watch part of one.
You know, as far as fishing goes, you know, I don't know.
Would you rather do the fishing than watch the fishing?
Yes, I'd rather do the fishing than watch the fishing. I'm going to give the standard answer. You know, I get pretty excited when Uncut drops another video. And it's not a... My relationship with Uncut isn't so much, you know, what fish they're going after or anything. It's Aaron. It's just
his personality.
What is he going to do?
Yep.
Besides fishing. But I really, really enjoy more of the hunting shows. And for me, it translates in my brain fishing. Mm-hmm. The way that these guys like Steve Ranella go out, like I've been rewatched the 2 like seasons 5 and 6 of Meat Eater on Netflix. But the way these guys approach what they're doing is how I approach how I go fishing. You know, I have a plan. I've done my research. They've looked at the landscape to figure out where these animals are going to be. I've looked at the landscape of the lake to figure out my best options for the biggest fish. So I'm finding a lot of good information on how these guys do this stuff through hunting shows. And that's probably the other biggest reason I'd rather go fish than watch fishing. Now, I do enjoy watching our fish addictions, past and present.
I'm slightly the same way. I like Meat Eater, not fishing, but I like Meat Eater. For me, when I'm sit down for YouTube, I'm not watching, and this might be a big reason on why Fish Addictions is the way it is. I don't sit down and watch YouTube to learn stuff. Now, of course, with Fish Addictions, we do put out information, and we do techniques and tips because there are people that are there for that. I sit down because I want to see a fun time. You know, so Uncut Angling, fun, personality, great, hyped, blah, 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 blah. Just the weirdness that he does, and then the fish are a bonus.
Yeah.
Like the panfish that he caught with the drone. I could care less about the size of the panfish. There was the fun, exciting Aaron personality that we saw of him and the technique that he used to catch
My
them.
least favorite episode.
Was that one?
Yeah.
My dad says the same thing because he doesn't like how the proper way he did it. But
I thought it was kind of...
taking the silver play button and transforming it into, you know, a hook and going out and catching stuff.
I kind of stood up and walked away and was like, for real, dude? Are you really going to do this? You're now my hero.
Yeah. To me, it's all about that. Fish Addictions TV. Just the camaraderie, the goofing around, the having the fun, the sitting around the cabin.
When you watch the episode on TV, are you critiquing yourself as far as a cameraman goes?
Well, if I have time to watch the episode on TV,
Right.
which I don't usually, because usually we're gone filming when it airs. So I'm watching the episode weeks before or days before because I'm seeing the final version before it gets sent off to Fox Sports North.
Basically, when you see it,
I'm critiquing it because I talk with Tyler and I talk with Mike, and I make sure that it is 100% ready to go to air. So I don't know how many episodes get sent to us, and then I say, all right, you got 3 days to get it to Fox Sports North. I need you to fix this, and then we'll put it back, and then send me another final version, and then we'll go out. So usually,
but during that process, are you thinking like, you know what?
I'm always watching how to improve
that camera
myself.
angle. I'm doing this.
I'm always trying to figure out how to improve myself to make the episode better.
That goes back to me just now listening to the full Broken Line podcasts.
Yeah,
that's what I was missing before. I need to do that.
Yeah,
you know. But at first, I was kind of like, I was there.
For what do you listen to for audio? We already touched at the beginning of the episode on what a couple podcasts we like to listen to and watch. But for fishing shows, I like Uncut Angling. I like Fish Addictions TV, clearly because not only if I wasn't associated with Fish Addictions TV, I'd watch it because I know that the guys that are there are having a blast. And I know for sure because I'm the one there participating and having an awesome time. Uncut Angling, I know Aaron, I know Jay. Even when Jay's not there and it's just Aaron, I know from personally knowing him that I know he's having a blast.
Right.
There's a couple of these shows that I watch that I know that they're just doing it for a job or for an episode because they clearly don't look like they're having fun. And you can tell in some TV shows. So I don't want to sit there and watch a TV show where they're standing there and they're like, today it was 6 miles degree and we're coming back from, it's like, no, dude, have fun. Loosen up. Get out of studio. I don't want to see you in studio. I want you having fun, eating chicken wings. Like, episode 1, the vlog series. We started the vlog series of Fish Addictions TV.
Loved it.
Episode 1, we go out, and in the vlog, we sit there. We're eating Buffalo Wild Wings and just ranch on the face, like, just getting nasty and a bunch of wings because we like to have fun, and I'm not afraid to put that in the episode because
we're real people.
Yeah, but stuff like that people wouldn't put in the episode because they're gross or they're that's the kind of stuff we like is to have fun. So, Uncut Angling and Fish Addictions is my favorite, not because I'm associated with Fish Addictions, because I know they're having fun. I know Aaron's having fun on the ice. I know Fish Addictions is having fun on the ice, and that's my favorite. I don't
really
like the ones that are
Across the Ice Belt.
Across the Ice Belt is my third.
Yep.
That would be my top 3 that I sit down and watch. And I've seen people post on Ice Fishing Minnesota, what's your favorite episodes? Those are my 3 top favorites. Across the Ice Belt, because I personally know Jiggy and Jeff. I know they put their time in. I know they put their effort in. I know they have fun. And I know they have good camera work.
Yeah.
And to me, that's important. And we're not going to say anything about Across the Ice Belt in the sense of if they're going to, some of these shows, if they stop or continue to do their show. But I know that they are doing a online TV series in a sense now where they do semi-vlogs, semi-live, videos. They're going hunting and stuff. I think they're starting to do a production show. So I don't know if Across the Ice Belt's going to be around next year, but I know they are going to continue doing something as the Anderson brothers, which they're awesome people. So those are the top 3 fishing shows for me. And for audio, we already talked about the couple at the beginning of the episode, what I listened to.
Oh, yeah, I didn't cover my audio.
Well, you talked the podcast. You said, I'm guessing that's what he wanted, podcasts.
Yeah.
Just say it real quick. What's your 3 favorite podcasts? And I think
in
it's
order,
associating to the outdoors,
Joe Rogan Experience, Meat Eater, The Morning Stream, Broken Line, Fish Nerds.
I would say all of those, and then adding Good Mythical Morning and the other one, even though those are visual as well.
I don't listen to Ear Biscuits.
I don't listen to Ear Biscuits. The Good Mythical Morning.
Yeah, that's
and then
the
tech one. And again, those are visual, but just look away from the screen if you don't want to. Just listen.
Right.
So besides that, we crushed another full-length episode. I wasn't even expecting to talk this long. We talked a little bit about our studio.
Yeah.
Talked a lot about social media. changing upping your social media game in a positive way, not too much, not too little, different techniques to help you. We took a person's story and we tried to help him a little bit, in a sense, with a few things he was looking for, which I think a lot of people can kind of get a little bit of structure off that. We did our tech tip, we did our grip and grin, broken line, slow motion high five.
Oh, I was gonna go for the miss.
Okay, well just go for the click. Perfect. That is what I'm going to use for the screenshot of the
Perfect.
video. We did another
Dig
one
it.
by ourselves, and dude, we need to just jump back in here and do another one with ourselves again too, because there's other stuff we need
It
to
sounds
talk
weird.
about.
It sounds
Yeah.
really.
That's how we do it.
It's just
That is
us
weird.
on top of the mountain
We need to get at least
alone.
one more in here because we have at least 2 or 3 people that are ready to make the entrance into the studio tomorrow. So we need to get 1 or 2 more singles under our belt. But don't forget social media.
Like, comment, and share. Right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we just told people, don't share too much. But you could share this a lot.
You can share the broken line.
just
all you
hammer
want.
down that share
You can
button.
share it. Ice fishing. Here's the goal for anyone listening or watching.
Ooh.
Share it on Ice Fishing Minnesota, Ice Fishing Connection, Ice Junkies, and your personal page.
Yep.
Every episode of the Broken Line. Everyone. Scatter it out.
Yeah, that's your homework, people.
That's your homework. You don't even get anything for it. But if you want, don't forget top 7-8 people that message us for the bandana.
Yeah.
I'm sending you a bandana and hopefully some stickers once we get those in. Don't forget Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, Player FM, Stitcher, etc. Your favorite podcast listening,
et cetera, et cetera,
etc.,
et cetera.
etc. And
Willy Wonka.
we had a blast. It
It
was
was
good.
awesome.
It was good. So I'm Aaron,
Now, Patrick.
and this is
The Broken Line. Bye.
See ya.
I'll pickle Rick.
Thank you for listening to Broken Line Podcast. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media. Like, share, comment, and subscribe.